Morning. Hello YouTube. Thank you for swinging by my channel. And hopefully you have the same problem, or you've been have problem the same as this right here. That's why you swing by. And thank you very much for watching my video. Today I have the 99 Toyota Solara. And this is with the 1MZ FE, which is the 6-cylinder one. It have a check engine light, and they always told me that early in the morning when you start it to go, and the engine light was blinking. And right now the engine light is on. I don't start it, but I try to scan to see what kind of code they have. Okay, random multiple cylinder misfire. Okay, and that's number 3 and number 6. So that means the car had misfire on 3 and 6. So let's go open the hood and let's figure out what's wrong with that misfire. Okay, this engine here is applied to Solara, Camry, Avalon, Lexus ES 300, and the older model that without the VVTi, they do have single coil and controls, 2 cylinder. So this is one of the, I think one of the first Camry or Solara or Avalon or whatever, they have a single coil that control 2 cylinder. So on this right here you have 6 spark plug, but you have only 3 ignition coil. So the 3 spark ignition coil in the front is control the other 3 in the back. The Tacoma or other T100 or 4Runner, and they do have a 3.4 V6, also have similar like this too. They have 3 coil and control 6 cylinder. So on this right here, if you're looking for firing order to identify where is the bank 1, bank 2, or cylinder number 1 and cylinder number 2. So for Toyota, the wall side is your bank 1, so which is cylinder number 1 on the wall side. Bank 2 is in the front. So on the back here is you have odd number, and you have 1, 3, 5, and the front here is 2, 4, 6. So that means if I have a cylinder number 3 misfire, so which is a metal cylinder, and in the front is misfire number 6, so which is this right here. Very easy to understand on this, because you have the same misfire spot. So that means you have cylinder number 3 and 6. So that means this cylinder here, this ignition coil here. Alright, you see number 3 right there? Okay. Number 3, I mean this goes straight to number 3 in the back. Okay. Because the back will be having just like this, and the back wall will be 1, 3, 5, and the front here 2, 4, 6. So that means this one control the middle one. So on this right here is very easy if you can figure that, well, because only happen in this ignition coil, because on 3 and 6, so which is this ignition coil is not functioning very good. That's why this one throwing code to the back and the front here. Okay, so it cannot, I will say it cannot be your spark plug, it cannot be your injector, it cannot be cylinder, because it directly to this 2 cylinder only. So that means the coil must be bad, and that's why it misfired on number 6 and number 3. Okay, so the first thing is you want to confirm for sure it's bad. You will switch this coil to that coil right here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do right now. In case you don't understand why I'm switching, because when you don't have a top dollar scanner, okay, normally when you work at home you don't have a top dollar scanner, because $2,000-3,000, who had the money to buy that, you know, which is not a lot of people have that. Right, so I will do this is replace your top dollar scanner. So you can take your car to get scanned from auto part, and then you do exactly what I told you here, and you should solve your problem. You don't have to buy a scanner. Okay, so what I do is I will switch from this one to that one to see this one will jump. So this is cylinder number 4 control cylinder number 1. So if this code jumping from 4 and 1 beside 3 and 6, then that means the coil is bad. So you just replace the coil and your problem is gone. I'm using little toothpick here. Okay, it is very fragile, so be careful because this clip here is dry. Okay, so I will using my hand. Oh, it's pop already, and you can see that sometimes it's very fragile, so you have to be careful on this. And if they break, that's okay. Tend to be break anyway. It's old car. And this one, just use your finger, go like this, pull it, and that will come off. And do the same thing here, pull it, come off. So I was switching right now to see that will jump. Okay, and that is put at number. It's been a long time. It's 200,000 miles already. So now I'm gonna clear the coil and dry to see if that engine light coming up. Okay, I tried to floor it, and even though I floor it, it's still not popping engine light. You know, many cases, if ignition coil is bad or anything bad, then when you floor like this, it should pop in the coil back up. So it may be bad, but you know, time to time. So I think there should be a ignition coil, but since I switched to cylinder number 4 and I floor it, it still does not popping coat yet. So this case here, I will not just blindfold to buy coils on it. You know, but I will put another ignition coil to see if that will be solved, to see if that code is coming back. But according to this right now, the coil will probably function like a normal now, but it will time to time will be popping that code back up again. Okay, I checked the spark plug, it's very decent. Okay, and I don't think it will be the spark plug. So I'm going to do is I have a used one, and this one is, I know I removed it from a moving car, so it's good ignition coil, and I will swap this to the one that's not good, and I will let the customer drive him for a couple days to see if the ignition coil is still doing the same kind of misfire. After I swap the ignition coil, and this one, I can tell that the response is different, because with this one, when you floor it, the car slowly take off. It does not making any engine light or blinking yet, but it slowly responds. When I put the other ones in, and I can tell the car respond right away, and I can tell that the car is take off like it should be, you know. This only 190 horsepower, doesn't have a lot of horsepower, but you can tell the difference when a good ignition coil and a bad ignition coil. The bad ignition coil is lacking all power, and when you floor it, the car just like but doesn't go. And the good ignition coil, when you put in there and boom and take off, you know, that's how you can tell that the ignition coil is bad or not. So a coil that is not working 100% properly, it will take your cat converter or your O2 sensor to be complete. You know, sometimes it take forever because your coil not strong enough and take less heat to the catalytic converter or the O2 sensor. And I know that sometimes when your cats like take a long time to complete or O2 sensor to complete, it have to work. All of this have to work together, you know. So this right here definitely solve the problem, and I know for sure because I can tell the power is differently when I replace with the different coil is jump and take off. Okay, so this is solved my problem, and thank you for you watching this video, and hopefully, you know, this will bring to solve your own problem too. I know it's old car, but hey, old car, that's what people have a problem with the old car. And you know, a lot of the time I will say, well, I want to put new car only. But hey, a lot of people like me doesn't have a lot of money. We keep old car, and sometimes not everybody know how to fix old car either. So that's why I want to keep something old like this in YouTube, so people can using a valuable video like this. All right, thank you for watching. Hope to see you guys next video. Bye bye now.